Yard is brought to you by Sani. Moving tomorrow, today.
Opening event of the afternoon, the Tab Trophy 3-year-old Fillies Benchmark 70 contest over the 1400 metres. Last year, this event was taken out by zoo dancer John Allen, combining with Leon and Troy Corstens. She then went on and won the Vanity at her next start, defeating Sensationalisation and Bella Tiara in this race last year. And this is a day last year dominated by Damien Lane. He had 2 wins and 2/3 on the day. Damien Oliver a win in 3 seconds. He'll be looking to hopefully stack up some multiple victories today as well. And it's a hot race at the moment in the Metro Jockeys title here in Melbourne. Horse 1 in the yard has drawn the inside gate. Luke Nolan aboard for Lindsay Park. It's Luna Cat, victories at Bendigo and the Valley.
Yeah, yes, everything worked out ideally for her at the Valley, but she was dominant winning there. She beat a subsequent winner in Danny St Darcy. She's 2 from 2 on good ground. I don't think the step up to 1400 is a negative for her. The one negative, though, might be barrier 1. She had that nice, smooth, flowing run last time out, and she may just be looking for a clear galloping room at a crucial stage. But aside from barrier 1, there's not really any knocks.
Daughter of Puissance Staloon, who cost $35,000 at last year's Magic Millions Adelaide sale. Warren Huntley on mounting yard duties for us this afternoon. Warren, the sun shining on the back of Luna Cat.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the horses will be pleased that the breeze has kicked in terms of changing direction. A bit cooler than it was 25 minutes or so ago, and Luna Cat's very fit. She's got a nice glow to her coat, but from a fitness point of view, I don't think there's a lot of improvement to come, but she's well put together. She's striding out nicely. I think the team have got her at her top.
BZ Lavish Girl Horse 2 presents Kira Murray and Dave Eustace with the opportunity for their 40th Metro winner of the season so far.
She's coming out of a listed race at Caulfield from 3 weeks ago, and she ran really well there behind Lady of Honour, and she's been quite consistent this preparation. She's only won the 1 race. That was her maiden first up over the 1100 metres, but she gets a nice claim for Teo Nugent. I think 1400 metres is the right distance range, and in this small field, the market's saying she's a strong chance, and I tend to agree.
Her coat looks outstanding. She's a little bit more compact and nuggety than Luna Cat, but she's carrying good condition. She's got some great muscle definition. She's nice and relaxed the way she's parading. I think she's looking as good as she could.
3 is Destiny Diamond. Joe Bowditch in the saddle here for Simon Wild. She was a Geelong maiden winner on her return at the start of the month.
Yeah, she finished quite strongly there to win that maiden at Geelong first up. Now, the overall time was, it was solid, but she may be even better suited up to 1400 metres. She might have further natural improvement to come. And this is, for the prize money, about a week of 3-year-old Fillies Benchmark 70 you're going to find on a Saturday, and I think she can measure up without surprising.
She's quite a strong, solid girl. First time I've laid eyes on her, but she's parading well, certainly saving her energy for the contest.
Always have to be aware, Ben Ascari, that when Godolphin switch one from their New South Wales operation straight to Metro Melbourne, you've got to take notice that's the case here with Honey Creeper.
You sure do. She was held up and ducked back to the inside in Sydney last start and ran quite well. The real key might be getting onto a good track for the first time in her career. If she really appreciates that, then it's not going to surprise at all if she's too good.
She's a nice, strong girl, also very similar in makeup to the horse we just had a look at in Destiny Diamond. She's fit and well down here from Sydney in very good order, and as you'd expect, coming from perhaps a slightly warmer climate, her coat looks terrific.
5 Lady Adelaide, 6 Allegretta, both scratched. That moves us to the 7 Charmin Desam BZ, who was 5 lengths adrift of Luna Cat at the Valley.
And I don't think it was a bad performance considering the pattern of the night, and we've seen this horse in the past jump at the front of the field, and she was a little bit slow away and was sort of taken back from that wide barrier. So you could anticipate that she may be ridden a little bit more positive today, and if that's the case, you could see her improve at a big price.
Also, I can't really put a negative on any of these horses in the yard. She's a little bit forward and on the bridle and keen to get on with it, but without really having a profile on her, that might just be her makeup. But she does look fit and well, perhaps just a little bit more nervy and getting a bit warmer under the saddle than most.
8 Sione scratched. Final runner to look at in the opening event is the 9 Jennifer Renti, who was 4th behind the talented Our Heidi on debut at Pakenham.
Yeah, that's a nice form reference for a race like this, and she ran the second fastest last 200 of the race there, over 1200 on debut. The rise in distance at her second start certainly looks a positive. The scratchings out of the race are a positive, and I think the winner of that race, Our Heidi, would probably start a pretty short price favourite in this race.
Who's quite a strong girl. First time I've laid eyes on her. She has been on the bounce since she arrived in the mounting yard, and that may well be just her makeup, but without having seen her previously, you'd probably in an ideal world like to see her just a little bit more chill, but she's got a big strong girl, and she's got a good frame, and she's well conditioned.
So half a dozen 3-year-old fillies headed to the gates for the Tab Trophy over 1,400 metres of benchmark 70. Benascara, your top four.
Yeah, these are the beneficiaries of the scratching of Sione, I think. I was quite keen on her chances and thought it was a really suitable race for her, but she's not here, and I'm really struggling to split them with her out of the race. Luna Cat's done nothing wrong. The inside barrier does just put me off enough that I don't necessarily want to take the price. Honey Creeper could improve sharply onto a good track for the first time. Lavish Girl's easy to find, dropping down from stakes class. And I thought Charming Disarm could improve with a more positive ride, but to be honest, none of the 6 horses would surprise. Jennifer Renti's form stacks up. She's been well backed, and Destiny Diamond's got to hope this is a very, very even contest. I was hoping Sione ran.
I've got a slight lean to number 1, Luna Cat. She does have to carry the penalty here for her last start victory, but I think she's progressive. She can be tactically versatile, and she hit the line very strongly last time out from that inside gate, hoping she can just get a nice run on the back of the speed. Not a lot of conviction with my selections here. 1 to beat 2, 4 and 7.
Luna Cat and Honey Creeper certainly parading well, but I've settled on number 2, Lavish Girl, as the pick of the yard. She's holding good condition. No negatives really on any runners, but I thought her coat was terrific. She was relaxed, saving energy for the contest. Pick of the yard in an even start, number 2, Lavish Girl.
Well, if Benny Asghari is struggling to split the market at the top of this one, then you can still imagine that the market is doing the same thing right now. Luna Cat just making a bit of a push on the weight of money standings against Lavish Girl, though. So Lavish Girl and Luna Cat are the 2 best backs, sitting a very, very similar weight of money at the moment. Honey Creeper just sitting 3rd on the best back standings at $3.40, although you see there a nice little move, $3.50 into $3.40 latest. Lavish Girl, $4.40 into $3.50, deductions, of course. And Jennifer Rente just ticking a bit out, that price at $7. But again, a couple of sharps, some of the bigger syndicates looking to play that each-way price, although it is only paying to 2 placings in this one.
Lindsay Park have got Luna Cat engaged here in the opening event at the Christmas meeting. Ben Hayes has been good enough to join us. Ben, thanks for your time. Apart from the connections of Danny St. Darcy, I imagine you would have been one of the more happier people seeing its victory at the Valley last night, because it's a very good reference point for Luna Cat.
It definitely is. She's come through the run well, and it's always pleasing when you see the form from that race backed up. So she's done everything right. We've been really happy with her. We're stepping her up 200 metres. It's very small field, but it's got to be very tactical. So it's going to be an interesting race to watch.
Made very good progression from what was a disappointing start to the campaign with that failure first up. Did you just put that down to the fact she was on a really heavy track on that day?
Yeah, unfortunately she couldn't swim, and she just hated it, and jockey looked after her. So, but since then it's been all happy days, and she's been fantastic. And last start she was very impressive, back on top of the ground.
On the flip side of that, and you alluded to it there, and your final word is, we get through the summer months, and if things remain relatively warm and dry, she's going to relish 4s and 3s?
I think she will. She was pretty impressive on a good track last start. And today, with a lovely big track at Flemington, and I hope she likes Flemington as much as she liked Moonee Valley.
With only 5 other opponents in an inside draw, what are we likely to see from Luke in the early stages?
I just left it to Lukey. There doesn't look to be a heap of speed, so if she jumps well and she leads, it wouldn't surprise me, but I'd imagine she'd be in the box seat, hopefully, and then we'll ride for luck. It's going to be a scary watch coming into the bend.
You've got a handy chance a little bit later on in the day in the form of Gentleman Roy in race 5. What do you make of his chances?
I really like him today. We've drawn wide, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. He's always jumped well, and I'm hoping he'll be able to cross without doing too much work, and if he does, he's right in that race.
Hopefully this is the first leg of a Nolan Hayes double here at Flemington. Good luck.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
We're less than 2 minutes out here from the start of race number 1 at Flemington. Ben, we've got a very even market with 3 fillies basically at 350 to 370. From a speed perspective, how did you see this race unfolding?
Yeah, really difficult. Muddling. It's going to be up to the jockeys to potentially show some initiative. I thought Charming Disarm might be the one who missed the kick at the Valley last time out, but was right on speed at Terang 2 starts ago, and did beat a subsequent winner when winning quite nicely and faster than average time at Terang. So maybe if she begins with them today, they can roll forward and look to either take up the running or settle outside of something that wants to go forward. You wouldn't think Lavish Girl needs to be too far away. Luna Cat probably just in behind them, but we don't really have a good profile on a horse like Jennifer Renti or Destiny Diamond, so who knows if they've got the ability to go forward if it's a slowly run race. But I thought the most likely leader was Charming Disarm if she jumps with them after she missed the start last time out.
Significant cool change starting to sweep across Melbourne, and the temperature here at Flemington, even though we're in the shade, is much more comfortable than it was 15 to 20 minutes ago, which for those that are maybe just tuning in, it is at a southerly, which generally doesn't have a huge effect on how races are run.
Yeah, and I don't think it's as significant as what the northerly breeze was in terms of speed, so that's a positive. That's one less, we shouldn't say it's one less factor, it's still a factor, but it's just something a little bit different to work with today, because that northerly, which can make it really tricky for horses working into it when it gets, 40 or 50 k's as they were predicting. It looks as though that change has come a little earlier than what they were forecasting, which is a really nice thing for us here on course, particularly Warren Hutley in the mounting yard, because it was nice and hot out there. But what did you make of Sione when she was in the race?
I thought she was a strong chance. I had her on top as well. I thought she was looking for the big track and 1,400 metres. But Warren, how were they sort of handling it, and did it seem as though the horses were appreciating that cool change coming through already?
I think they would have, and just talking to the stewards, they were operating under the hot weather policy leading into this race, and likely to review that, given that the temperature has dropped some 10 or so degrees here on course with that wind change. Not a lot of a profile for me on a number of these horses here, BZ, but Charmin Disarm was the one who probably looked the most affected by what had been warm conditions leading into that cool change coming.
Horses are on start time. We're on start time. Horses are about to move into the gates. Let's head up to our caller, Matt Hill.
He at Warwick Farm last time at 1,300 metres and sees a firm deck here. Something she hasn't seen for a long time there in Sydney. Jenny Ferrenti just arriving down at the gates, comes out of weaker grade at Pakenham, but did a pretty good job there. She was caught wide. She chased Al Heidi, which is not a bad form reference, and has been pretty well found here. $8 into 7 on official price. So the entire field at the start. We are 60 seconds past starting time, and they're about to be called forward for the Tab Trophy to kick off proceedings here for this VRC Christmas race day, where the tote favourite is Lavish Girl at $3.20, Luna Cat at $3.30, and Honey Creeper would be the next best at $3.50. Being called in, Lavish Girl is the first one forwards, along with Luna Cat. Luke Nolan aboard Luna Cat for Team Hayes. Here's Honey Creeper with Damien Oliver. Honey Creeper goes in. Ollie with a double last night at the Valley. Destiny Diamond about to come forward with Joe Bowditch, winner of a recent maiden at Geelong. Lavish Girl with T.O. Nugent, who also had a success last night aboard Just Stella for Christopher Davis, about to join them. So Charm and Disarm and Jenny Ferrenti are going to be the final two. That hot breeze really whipping around now. It's going to be across their faces in the home straight. Forecast for approximately 33 degrees in Melbourne today, as Jenny Ferrenti goes in, and that will leave Charm and Disarm. Charm and Disarm being brought forwards for the first of 9. VRC Christmas race day about to get underway. Stand by for a start. Ready. And away they go at the 1,400 metres. Jennifer Ferrenti a bit slow, goes back to the end of the field, and Honey Creeper goes back to second last. Destiny Diamond jumped well with Charm and Disarm away better today, and they match motors past the 1,200 metre marker. Lavish Girl will lob behind those and got the sit about a length and 3/4 away. Then came Luna Cat fourth, the inner a length and 1/4. Honey Creeper and Jenny Ferrenti at the end of the field. 950 to run, and the leader is Destiny Diamond for Joe Bowditch, out clear by a neck. Charm and Disarm. Lavish Girl is third outside of Luna Cat. Honey Creeper second last. Jenny Ferrenti at the end of the field. Through halfway, Destiny Diamond in front. Moderate fractions for a 1,400 metre race. Just in front of Charm and Disarm. Over a length, Lavish Girl and Luna Cat. Honey Creeper gets going 3 wide, and Jenny Ferrenti's trying to latch onto its back as they come around the turn. 500 metres to go. Tightly packed this small field. Destiny Diamond just about headed off by Charm and Disarm, with Lavish Girl now moving up as they sprint up at the 400 metres. Luna Cat is getting into the clear as well, only a length off them, and further back Honey Creeper. Lavish Girl called upon at the 250, sprints 3/4 of a length in front of Luna Cat, then Charm and Disarm. Lavish Girl going well, 100 metres to go. Nugent goes for the whip, led by a length and a half Luna Cat, and it's going to be Lavish Girl. Lavish Girl won the opener, Luna Cat second, Honey Creeper third. Jennifer Ferrenti got the fourth from Charm and Disarm, and a gap to Destiny Diamond last of the 6.
So it's the filly with the stakes grade form through the spring who takes out the opener at the Christmas meeting at Flemington. Lavish Girl, it's easy to pick through and make a case in retrospect. Third to Lady of Honour in the Twilight Glow on Zipping Classic Day. She was behind Bend the Knee, Port Louis and Daily Bugle here in the springtime stakes on Stakes Day. She was 5 lengths adrift of Bend the Knee on that day, and then was a couple of lengths behind Cerades, Larkspur Run and stablemate Decent Rain in the Scarborough, going back to late September as well at the Valley. Ben Ascari, we were commenting in the run, and Ben Hayes had alluded to it pre-race as well. Luna Cat was going to need luck, even despite the fact it was only a field of 6. The luck and the gap came for Luke Nolan, but Lavish Girl had her measure, 2-1-4-9.
It's a little bit too strong at the end of 1,400 metres there, Lavish Girl. Luna Cat was beautifully ridden by Luke Nolan, was able to get across the heels of the 2 leaders, onto the back of Lavish Girl, off her back, looked to be going maybe the better at the top of the straight, but to Lavish Girl's credit, deep into a preparation, just another one of these Mar Eustace gallopers deep into a preparation that continues to hold their form, if even improve their form. She was the stronger at 1,400 metres. I always wonder if Luna Cat might be better suited back to 1,200 on that. She looked the winner and then just peaked late. She was so strong at 1,200 last time out. Honey Creeper was under pressure to keep up with him in the early stages, just off the bit and maybe giving the impression she wants a bit further. And I think Jennifer Renty is going to want a little bit further in time. Charmy Disarm was on speed, was much, much better than the horse she shared the speed with, who was Destiny Diamond, who dropped out. And I wonder if Charmy Disarm's another one who might just want to get back to 1,200. But certainly all honours to Lavish Girl and T.O. Nugent. She was just too strong over 1,400 metres, BZ.
1:23.69 is about 3/10 outside of standard time, so they're basically for a good track over 1,400 metres. Let's hear from the winning trainer, Kieran Maher.
Kieran Maher joins us, 40th Metro win of the season for he and Dave Eustace and their very large team. Kieran, well done. That's a well-deserved victory for her, given the stakes grade that she's been bumping into in recent months.
Yeah, that's right. She got that all-important black type last start, and just thought, you know, she's been ever so consistent. The team have done a great job with her, keeping her up. She's been up for a fair while. Looked a really nice race for her today on paper. And T.O.'s got a really good record on her. He just gave her a beautiful ride. Even you can see him waiting for a long way till he got a long way down the straight before he give her the full bore. And no, it was beautiful. So great to get a winner for Seymour Bloodstock and the Callies. Daughter of Extravagant. They seem to be pretty good racehorses, pretty straightforward to train, so hopefully it's a sign of things to come.
She's been campaigning at 7 furlongs. Is there any thought to something a bit longer for her in either this preparation or if you put her away for something in early 2022?
She's pretty adaptable, so yeah, we'll reset now. You know, she's been ticking over for a while. She does seem to be holding her form very well, but yeah, we'll work out. She may stretch out to a mile.
Host of chances throughout the day. I'm sure we'll be talking later. Well done.
Hopefully. Thank you.
T.O. Nugent's got a great association with the Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace team. And 4th in the Melbourne Cup on a very progressive horse from the stable who...
Floating artist in the same colours. I think Seymour Bloodstock, yeah.
It's doing a terrific job at 1:23.69, so they didn't look like they were going quite quick early, and I think just being on the outside and able to move into the race was a significant advantage for Lavish Girl over Luna Cat. In the end, it probably didn't make that much of a difference, but Luke Nolan just had to be a little bit more patient to wait for the run on Luna Cat.
Yeah, I thought if anything, Luna Cat had her chance though. She was able to easily get onto the back of Lavish Girl. Really nice ride from Luke Nolan. Honey Creeper sort of flushed T.O. out coming to the turn, and T.O. had to protect that ground 3 wide. Luke Nolan was able to get across those tiring leaders' heels, and if anything was the fresher horse on the scene on the outside of Lavish Girl. But the last 150, Lavish Girl was just too strong for Luna Cat, and I wonder, given how strong Luna Cat's been in her past couple over sprint trips, whether she'll be better suited back in trip. But T.O. Nugent was a nice ride in the first at Flemington. He's catching up with Nigel.
5th win in town of the season for T.O. Nugent. T.O., well done on the victory. And again, you've had a really good association with this girl. Great to see her progression in concert with you from a Pakenham synthetic maiden all the way back in August to winning in town today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nigel. What a filly she's been. She's really just risen through each race we've put her through, and to win her maiden at Pakenham that day and then to go into a benchmark 58 and still run competitive. Each time we've stepped her up and raised the bar, as you can see, that run at Moonee Valley in that Group 3, she didn't disgrace herself at all. And then again, last start at Caulfield in that listed race, she ran a very credible third. So to come here today, back in grade, and have a lovely run the way we did, she really lengthened underneath me. And especially when they went quite steady throughout the race, and to accelerate the way she did, I can't wait to see over maybe a mile soon.
First look at the track, but also this newfound southwesterly that's emerged around Flemington. Tell us about the conditions.
Yeah, there is quite a heavy wind. It's quite noticeable, but it's probably blowing across the track at this stage. The track it's in lovely condition at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get an upgrade throughout later to the day. And you know, we couldn't be off to a better start.
I'll let you go and put the feet up. We'll see you again for the last.
Thank you very much. Yeah, in race 1 and 9. But before I go, a big thank you to Seymour Bloodstock and all the owners. And it's obviously well noted that we rode Floating Arts in the Cup, and to these guys who have supported me all the way through, a big thank you, and long may it continue, and hopefully we can be back in the saddle soon for Floating Arts.
Well said.
Radio, the favourite here for the first at Gawler, been heavily backed. James pinpointed it in the preview, but it's right in now, 2.25 with